subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Let's get Mr. Water Name.
Hey, what's going on,
What's up,
family?
man? How are you?
I'm all right. I just got a question about what the last speaker said, um, regarding, the Tut language.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I'm 30, even though I am FBA. My people is from South Carolina and Alabama. I've never heard, none of my parents or grandparents speak it. So where would us younger generation go about learning that or finding sources to learn it?
Yeah, there are we have little groups here and there because it's supposed to be secret. You're supposed to be oh, you teach it to people. You're not supposed to teach it to everybody. So um I'm trying to see what's the best way to let you know how to find um ah, trying there's we got page, but you got to know the language to even get in the page. So we're gonna have some ways. I'm gonna figure out how to kind of direct folks to certain places because then we got to screen your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to make sure you good. That's kind of the thing. We don't want to start teaching people this stuff just to anybody. We need to know who you are. Yeah, you say you from here, you from there, but before we can direct you to the right places to learn it, we gotta know that you good for real, for real. But yeah, there's a lot of us in here who know it, but you're supposed to be covert with it because that was the intent of the language. The language was created so that we could communicate in a covert way. And you were never, that was one of the major rules of Tut language. You never, 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 never supposed to teach it to outsiders because you didn't want, your life would be in danger because you weren't supposed to know how to read. And they were using Tut to teach Black folks how to read. They were teaching each other how to read using the language. So the white people heard them talking this language. They're like, oh, that's just Negro gibberish. But yeah, they were actually communicating with each other and being very covert about it. So let's get um now Jeff, I keep trying to let you on, but something is happening here. Jeff, you want to hop on? I don't know what's going on with your phone, Jeff. Let's get Melanie in here. Let's get Miss Melanie in here. What's up, Melanie?
I can't hear you. I probably have to drop down and come
Okay,
back.
you can't hear me? Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on with Mel. Y'all raising it. Y'all can hear me, right? Because sometimes the connection gets a little janky. But you guys can hear me, right? Everything is good? All right. Let me get Penelope in the building. Let's get Penelope in the building. All right. Penelope, you good? Penelope, unmute your mic. Okay. Let's get Barry Long. All right. Barry Long in the building. Barry Long or Penelope? Okay. People are not getting on here. I don't know what's going on. We've got Barry Long.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm giving Penelope a chance because let her
There
speak.
you go. What's going on? What's on your mind, man?
Look, man. Every time we talk, and we've talked a few times, at we kind of go back to the same old thing. But I was distracted. I didn't expect you to call me right now.
Okay.
So you boot me for a minute, or pick a subject and I'll go with it.
I
Yeah, you caught me off guard.
goddamn. Like I was right in the middle of taking a puff of this pipe. Okay. All right. No, he was in the middle of token meth. So I don't want to disturb his meth binge. Penelope, are you good, ma'am? You want to unmute your microphone, Miss Penelope? All right. Miss Penelope. Okay, let's get this sister here. She I think this sister speaks the Tut language. The Miss Boss Lady. Let's get her in here.
Hey
Hey,
Tariq.
how are you, dear?
Good. You like my profile picture?
Yes, I do. Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to come in and tell you, did you know that the Latino community are now calling themselves FLA,
Yeah.
Foundational Latin American? What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah. I just talked about that a few minutes ago, how they were trying to, cosplay and latch on. And I said that term don't even make sense because you're over here, so you're not foundational here. And if you're foundational to Latin America, you would still be there. So it's a contradictory term. So, yeah. Did you hear they had a clubhouse space or something, right? Miss Boss Lady, where you at? Oh, was she here? Oh, she bounced. Okay. She bounced. Okay, let's try Melanie again. Miss Melanie, hop on. Hop on, Miss Melanie.
Hey, Tariq, could you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why the call just dropped. Probably the page tripping. But I just wanted to add on to what you were saying about keeping our stuff secret and basically having our um clause our tangibles or whatever for us. I think a part of that hate crime bill, we should also add in identity fraud for those who trying to take our identity or cosplay as us.
Yeah,
We should have like very harsh consequences for them, either like permanent deportation or some type of jailing, like they get like a long sentencing for identity fraud, because that's a very serious thing, because that's basically what they're doing, trying to take our identity to get our benefits and our tangibles. So I think it should be very strict laws and policies on them trying to steal our identity and our land there.
there you go. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Let's get Jay Shine. Jay Shine. What's up, Jay? Hop on in, brother. Jay Shine from the drunk radio presenter.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, it's morning in the UK. I want to say morning to everyone.
Shout out to the UK over there. Good morning. What time is it over there? Like 9 in the morning?
8:30.
8:30. Okay. Shout out to you guys. What's going on with
As
you?
you know, same old, Tariq. Yeah, basically, like, I'm not gonna lie to yourself. Yeah, as you know, I've got my own radio show, isn't it? Yeah. So again, I just want to know any FBA artists or people that's got positivity, send it to me and I'll play it on the show, isn't it?
There you go. Cool.
So
Cool.
as you said, we built that international building, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, yeah. I
That's what I'm saying.
love the brothers and sisters in the UK.
Yeah, I had my porridge as well. So just so you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything?
Also as well, the females, man. Where's Yoshi?
Where's Yoshi? Yoshi is usually down here somewhere.
Yoshi, Nikki, Drea, International. Hey, Angela, anyone wants to come to the UK? I'm available. No.
There you go.
Tourist.
Now, Sean, where's your family from again? From
Guyana.
Guyana. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
Uh,
we've got a problem with Jim Jones.
yeah. Yes. Right. That's right. Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So Jay is out here he's trying to get flued out. So, ladies, y'all watch out. I think he's trying to get y'all to marry him so he can come over here and get him a green card. He's trying to get flued out. Barrister, you ready? Yeah. I think that's what you're making, right? Barrister, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's up, brother?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I have a question for you. Dr. Claude Anderson once said back in 1995 that foundational Black Americans will be a permanent underclass in about 20 years. I think that is true. Do you agree with him that foundational Black Americans are a current permanent underclass today?
No, we're not a permanent underclass because we're fighting against it, right? So he said if we don't do anything about it, we will become a permanent underclass. And he was the one telling us as Foundation of Black Americans, you guys are Native Black Americans. We have a unique lineage. We have to recognize and embrace our unique lineage because we're not foreigners, we're not immigrants, we're not African, continental Africans. So he was preaching that narrative. And he said, if we don't recognize that and do something about it and get policy specifically for us, we're going to be a permanent underclass. Luckily, now we've taken heed because I've been pushing his message. We're fighting against that and we're pushing back against that. So, yeah, we're not going to be a permanent underclass because now we are embracing our lineage and we're going to make sure instinctively that the lineage is going to be taken care of. So, yeah, we're going to be good. That's why everybody else is kicking and screaming. You
I
understand?
totally disagree. Black people, specifically foundational Black Americans, are a permanent underclass in 2024. You guys are at the bottom of everything, the bottom of every single socioeconomic category that you can think of.
As opposed to who?
Any group here in America, basically, you're far behind Asians, you're far behind white people, you're far behind um, even Latino people, Latino Americans, Asian Americans, Black people are flat out at the bottom.
No, we
Think
don't.
of every, yes, you are. Every single
Bottom.
category.
How we at the bottom and Latinos are getting flew the hell up out of here right now.
La- Latino Americans actually voted for Trump, and
Mhm.
they are actually more against immigration compared to even white people. You could ask any Latino American out here; they definitely support the deportation of many Hispanics, illegal Hispanics in this country.
Yeah, they're
So
flew the hell up out of here. You can't get no lower than that. Yeah, we ain't that. No, no. You can't get lower than getting kicked the hell out. You can't get no lower than that. So we're not at the bottom. We're good as foundational Black Americans, Barrister. And where's your family from, Barrister? Where's your lineage from?
my lineage,
Yeah, where's your lineage from?
I'm from America.
Where's your family from?
Where's my family? Where are they originally from?
You know what I'm asking you, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, my lineage goes back to Nigeria.
Yeah, and you got the nerve to talk about somebody being on the bottom.
This isn't about Nigeria. This is about the foundational Black Americans that in this country that they are definitely a permanent underclass in
No,
America.
we're not. A permanent underclass is your homeland, sir. That's the permanent underclass. That's why you had to flee.
I was actually born here. Regardless,
Baby, anchor baby. That's why your parents had to flee and anchor you here under our 14th Amendment. Let me get my brother Kanye in here to talk to you. Hold on, brother Kanye, hop on.
What's going on, Tariq? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Just we're permanent underclasses, according to Barrister, the Nigerian brother. So, what say you, brother Kanye?
I say Barrister is an idiot, just like most of the people who quote that stat. So that stat in itself, it goes by per household. And
Right.
as you know, these niggas live 17 to a house. So when you see the stat that, oh, this income made $195,000, well, you got 17 people all driving for Uber in the same household. Whereas we don't typically live like that because we're not barbaric. Meaning no disrespect to y'all, you guys still live primitive, communal. You guys huddle up together when it's warm to save on heat, and you have all this income as a group. Whereas we tend to live two to a house or one to a house. It's kind of how we are,
Mhm.
unless you have a family with children. And also, this whole permanent underclass thing, that was a warning Dr. Carl Anderson made to his people because he knew we had the ability to be better than what was projected for us. Not was, but projected for us. As a matter of fact, Dr. Carl Anderson wrote the first bills, the first thing on affirmative action, but he wrote it for blacks. And then the Democrats took it and they put minority in there. Then they changed the definition of what a minority was. So
Mhm.
Dr. Clark Anderson was in no way insulting his people. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he's probably happy about this repeal of the 14th Amendment because, as they said, shout out to the Trump them, it was for the descendants of slaves, not pregnant Mexicans or Africans. So you might want to check your status because it might be gone here in a little bit.
Hmm.
Disgruntled ass anchor baby. But that's all I want to say. Oh yeah, one real quick before I get out here, Tariq. So today, I'm not sure if you know who Sonny Johnson is. I'm pretty sure you do. She
Yeah.
was talking about the delineation movement and how important it was for this very reason today. You got people like this guy come over here and leached off all the benefits we fought for, and now that it's being taken away, he's a little salty and disgruntled because he started off by saying us. So they're already starting to try to cosplay us.
Oh yeah.
Whole time he not even from here. So just want to say to the family, be careful. And whenever y'all see this shit, keep checking it because it's making mainstream impact. So appreciate that, Tariq. Have a nice day.
Much respect. Yeah, yeah. When Barrister was talking about, yeah, blacks are a permanent underclass. I'm like, yeah, you ain't from here. Yeah, you're not from here. Saying that we're not no permanent underclass.
Well, why don't you guys have families though? The vast majority of foundational Black
Hello,
American
brother
children were
Tariq. How
not
you
raised
doing?
by a uh,
How you
Robbie,
doing, brother Tariq?
Robbie, go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what I find interesting is people uh overlook the key word foundational. You know, if you remove the foundation of a house, if you remove the foundation of a deck of cards, everything's going to fall apart. And it's interesting, people are just getting uncomfortable. One, because they know we've delineated, but two, see, now white daddy doesn't have us on the racial hot seat. White daddy is cleaning house because he knows we're the foundation, but then you got all these other people who are trying to cosplay as white or thought that they could have their license to practice white supremacy. So the only thing is this guy is on the bottom because he is a bottom. He's laying on his stomach. He needs to get his stomach pumped. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently he doesn't know whether he needs to choose between eggnog or a goosey soup, and he's trying to judge us. And what I find interesting is how you going to flee the homeland where your ancestors' bones are buried. And I'm not talking about your ancient ancestors. I couldn't imagine fleeing a homeland where my grandparents are laid to rest, great grandparents laid to rest. You uproot yourself, you go somewhere else, and like you spend your whole entire life being an imposter. But the only thing that makes it worse is when somebody has to be a player hating, pocket watching F boy. And then and instead of running down white supremacists and instead of trying to be an ally, people come here and they play these games. But now that you've alienated yourself from us, good luck seeing if the white supremacists have any use for you because they don't. They don't even need some of these immigrants anymore to cosplay anymore and be cheerleaders. But he's still trying to jump up and down and think he's getting attention. And I really don't even think that he was born here, Tariq. I think we should call ICE on him, which is why he didn't want to show his face. And I land my plane.
There you go, my man. Barrister, go ahead, brother.
well, you talk about a number of things about immigrants and other people and how our group is at the bottom, or Nigerians at the bottom. I mean,
Yeah,
foundational Black Americans, you don't know the meaning of family. The vast majority of your children were raised without fathers,
that's a
and
lie.
that is not a lie. The
Lie.
vast
The CBC or the CDC, whatever, they did a report saying that black fathers, foundational black American fathers, are the most active in the lives of their children. So yeah, they do grow up with fathers. They grow up with their parents.
active,
They grow up with their families. Sir, you don't want to talk about all the paternity fraud in your homeland? Really? You
but
don't,
at least our women get married. The vast majority of
sir, yeah, they get married as finesses. They come over here and get married as a form of finessing. Y'all marry and then be putting stuff in people's names, and then you done put a car in somebody's name. Yeah, y'all use marriages as finesses. And the paternity fraud. You guys are the number one country for paternity fraud, sir. What are you talking about? You really want to go to family?
Yes,
Really?
we can go there though. And literacy rates though. Foundational Black Americans have the lowest literacy rates in this country. Basically, I
Sir,
mean, in eighth, like basically the vast majority of eighth graders, foundational Black American eighth graders, cannot read, are just reading at a fourth grade level. So, I mean, you don't value education, you don't value family, you don't value. You're at the bottom of everything. Your culture needs to change. It's
sir,
just a terrible culture.
you, you are not in your homeland for a reason, sir. If your culture was so great, why did they anchor you over here?
If
If
I
you
was if I was born there, I definitely would have made a huge difference in Nigeria, but I was not born there. I
yeah, you
was born here. I am an American.
know you were an anchor baby who had to come here because you failed in your homeland and you're projecting your failure. You're projecting a whole bunch of gibberish onto us. Sir, we have hundreds of HBCUs. Sir, the education game, we done ran circles around people, sir. You can stop all that. Your homeland, people can barely read and people are crapping on the streets and don't have running water and electricity. You're projecting your failure, barrister, onto us. Why are you doing that?
I'm not projecting anything, Tariq. I just want to have. I think you're just being just disingenuous right here. You don't want to address the real issues that Black people face in this country.
Foundational Black Americans are great compared to your family. As long as we're not living like the failed homeland that you fled from, we're good. You understand?
Nigerians are actually one of the most educated immigrant groups in this country
Then,
compared to foundational Black Americans.
then why are you in your homeland not able to build paved roads and running toilets? Why are people crapping in the streets in your homeland? Huh? If you got all that education, why is it an epidemic where they have to have signs to tell people not to crap in the streets, sir, in your homeland? Explain it to me.
I'm not familiar with what's going on in Nigeria completely because I was born here in America. I know
You just said that Nigerians were so educated. You just said that, okay? If you're so
Nigerian Americans are the most
educated,
educated.
you have to come over here to get your weight up. Why do you have to come around foundational Black Americans to get your intellect up?
Nigerian Americans.
That's what I'm saying. You got to come around us. You got to come to America to get it up. So America magically makes your intellect go up. Is that what you're saying?
No, we have family, we have culture, we have
Then
morals and principles compared to African American culture.
we don't have orphans running around in foundational Black American society, sir. We don't have just kids running around abandoned willy nilly in our society. We don't have children that are put in brothels like y'all do over there. Y'all have designated places where y'all let white tourists come over there and have their way with children. We don't do no shit like that over here. You really want to talk about civilization and who a culture? That's your culture, sir.
Well, we don't have 90% of people incarcerated. The vast majority of people in prison in America are foundational Black Americans.
90% incarcerated. There's only a small group of a small number of Black people are in jail.
No, the vast majority of people in jail in America are foundational Black Americans. Why is that, Tariq?
Yeah, because we get criminalized more. But most of us are not criminals. It's only what, less than 1% of the total population of Black people in jail. So that's not nothing. We get targeted by the police. Why are most of the scammers from your lineage? Huh?
Actually, they're Indian. The vast majority of Nigerians are not scanners.
No, really, sir? Why, sir? Your country is on all types of hot list for scams. If you get emails from your country,
Not
people
anymore. The 419 scan is just, that was ages ago. The vast
know,
majority of scammers today are Russian and Indian scammers. That's who they are.
sir. You don't stop. Y'all have medical scams. Y'all still run them medical scams when you talk about doctors and all that. Y'all run medical scams left and right with them fake degrees. Y'all do all types of scams. They bust you guys all the time over here pulling scams. That dude Hush Puppy was up here flexing on the ground pulling scams from your homeland. Y'all got all types of new intricate scams that you guys pull. Stop it, sir. You don't want to talk about culture. Let me let my brother McCall up in here. Hold on, barrister. Just hold your zebra. Not hold your horses, hold your zebra.
Okay,
Okay, let me get my brother McCall in here. Brother
go
McCall,
ahead, Mikhail.
Brother Mikhail, hop on, sir. I'm so good, Brother Mikhail. How are you?
Living the dream and winning
Yes,
and
sir.
listening to this banter between you and this first generation hunter gatherer.
Mhm.
Mr. Barrister,
Hey, how are you?
I'm excellent. How about yourself, sir?
I'm feeling well tonight.
Good, 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 good. I see you have animosity and disdain for my great, powerful, mighty, beautiful, history making lineage. Why is that, sir?
I don't. I
What do
want to
we do?
call it. I want to call it disdain. I'm just disappointment because I felt like it wasn't like this decades ago, but today the
Uh-huh,
whole the culture. I mean, everything. Today's Black people. I mean, I also follow Dr. Umar Johnson, and he said it.
uh-huh.
I totally agree with him that today's if Dr. Martin Luther King today was alive today, he
Okay.
wouldn't be able to persuade or accomplish half of the things that he accomplished back in the 60s compared to how it is today. The
Let me
culture,
ask you a
everything about
question.
Black.
Let me ask you a question, sir. How many millionaires do you have in your family, immediate
Hmm,
family?
millionaires?
Hmm? Hmm?
Well, we make over
Hmm?
six figures,
No, no. I
but
said, how many millionaires do you have in your family, sir? Huh? Okay.
it, no,
Okay.
none.
Second question. Second question. What's Nigeria's GDP, sir? Hmm?
I'm not sure. What is their
Okay.
GDP?
Third question. How much does the government of Nigeria spend annually in terms of research, development, and innovation?
I'm not
Hmm?
sure. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Let me just be clear, Mr. Barrister, sir. We are Americans, pure Americans. We are disruptive, game changing. The world sees us as the Pied Piper. America, you are not. Get that through your head. I want you to really understand and listen to what I'm saying. We are foundational for a reason. You understand? I could send my top 1,000 foundationals to Africa and we will rebuild that continent in 20 years. Matter of fact, if we decided we wanted to build a state from the ground up, we would outcompete every government, every nation on that continent. Let's just be clear of that. All right? Be respectful. Thank you, Brother Tariq, for the opportunity to speak. Love you, family.
Thank you, brother. Go ahead, Barrister.
Well, he really didn't point out that why is the culture Black people's just foundational Black Americans? Why are they so degenerate? Why are they so um dysfunctional today compared to how they were 30, 40, 50 years ago? Like everything, there's you guys don't build anything, guys don't develop anything. It seems like you care more about white people.
Sir, that's a projection. There's several multi-million dollar companies owned by foundational Black Americans all across the board, from energy, from entertainment, from technology. We own companies all over this place. We have prosperous areas that are predominated by foundational Black Americans. Can you name the prosperous area full of Nigerians or Nigerian immigrants in America? Name
You
the
do real Tariq, you do realize that there's only like 5 billionaires, Black billionaires in this world, and four of them, the vast majority of them live in Nigeria. Actually, the richest Black man in the world is a Nigerian. There are prosperous Nigerians out there. Um, we do value education, and we don't.
how many billionaires in Nigeria?
They're like 4 or 5 billionaires.
And y'all still over there shitting in the streets with no running water and no constant electricity.
That's your lie. That's you. That's now you are projecting. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the case for a lot of black people, young black people here, young black kids, foundational black kids who are living in poverty. They're
Sir,
the ones that are.
sir, none of us live like that. Nowhere in this country.
Yes, they do. They are impoverished.
No, none of us are living in shanty towns, shitting on the streets, sir. None. Without
In
a none.
Mississippi, I can assure you, I can find towns, small towns, and country homes in Mississippi, in
Sir,
Alabama, down in South that a lot of young black, foundational black Americans, they have no education, highly illiterate, and they live in so-called shanty towns. And
no, they
they're yes, they do.
what shanty towns in Mississippi?
It's the poorest country. It's the poorest state for a reason, and the vast majority. I mean, if you look at the
Dude,
population in Mississippi,
where
the vast majority of people who live in Mississippi.
where are the shanty towns in Mississippi? There are no shanty towns down there. What are you talking about? You're projecting and making stuff up. What name the city then?
I can't be near Jackson, Mississippi. I'm pretty sure that there's some small town
You just
in
made
Mississippi out there where it's just completely impoverished. There's no water. I believe in Jackson, Mississippi, they had water issue where they basically I believe the white supremacists might have been.
okay, you're
Uh,
okay, you're doing what tethers do. It's called lying.
I'm
You
not lying.
you're lying. You're just making stuff up. And also you
There was that water issue that was going.
way you're talking about billionaires, you lied about the billionaires, sir. There's 9 foundational Black American billionaires. There's 9 of them. Robert Smith, David Stewart, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Alexander Karp, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Tyler Perry. All right. So you lied about that.
And who's the richest? Who's the richest black man in the world? He's a Nigerian.
Sir,
Aliko Dangote.
if he's the richest Black man in the world, why is that country so deeply in poverty if he's the richest Black man in the world?
Again, I'm not familiar with what's occurring in my country. I'm not from Nigeria. I'm from here in America. You're the one that's projecting.
You're not
I'm just talking. I'm just talking about.
you're not from here, sir. You're not from here. You're a tether. You're not from
I have an American. All I have is an American passport. I don't have anything else. I'm an American citizen.
yeah, you were anchored here, sir. You understand that? You are an immigrant.
And my parents worked hard. They had a master's degree. My dad has a master's degree. My mom has a bachelor's degree. They work hard compared to most foundational Black Americans here in this country, where you're pretty much very lazy. I mean, it's just what has happened. The culture has just been decimated over the past 40, 50 years. I mean, the Black people back in the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, they are, they would be just so disappointed with how Black people have become today. It's
Well,
just a disgrace.
you mean like how the world is disappointed with how you're back in your homeland? You talking about lazy and people can't even build paved roads and you living in shanty towns and you're saying that we're lazy? You had to be anchored over here with us, but we're lazy? Really?
Black Nigerian Americans don't have low literacy rates.
Uh,
I mean,
Over there? Most of the people don't even go to school over there because there ain't no schools, sir.
I'm not talking about Nigerian people
That's
in
what I'm talking
Africa. I'm talking about Nigerian Americans here in America. We don't have low literacy rates.
about. Yeah, I'm talking about the culture and the totality of it. Yeah, don't tell me what you get when you come over here that we kick the door open for. Yeah, you notice everything that's positive with your lineage, it's something that foundational Black Americans had to open the door for. You notice that? Think about what you're saying. Name something that you got going on that's positive that we didn't have to kick the door open for. You understand? We were the one. You know what? Public education. That was something that started with the freedmen schools, sir. Just public education itself was something that it's a foundational Black American thing. You being able to come over here and drive your Uber, we kind of made that possible too, sir. So you got to really recognize what you're saying is that you wouldn't be shit if you were not around foundational Black Americans.
I actually would rather not be around foundational Black Americans today.
Anchored over here, sir. You got anchored here for a reason. The 14th Amendment, as Mr. Trump said, that was for us. The 14th Amendment was a grassroots Black movement. We fought to implement the 14th Amendment. The President of the United States acknowledged that the 14th Amendment was for us. And you were able to be anchored here because of something we fought for. But yet you say you don't want to be around us, then take your ass back to your shanty towns. You're
I
not.
can't. I can't go back to Nigeria. They won't allow me in. I'm from here. I'm from America. All I have is an American passport. So I don't know why you continue to deflect and
Not deflecting on anything. I'm answering everything you're saying, sir.
you're ignoring the issues that are plaguing the Black.
We're fine. The thing about foundational Black American society, the great thing is that there's a spectrum. We got the hoods, we got the middle class, we got the wealthy, we got the elite, we got the well-to-do. So there's a spectrum. You want to come over here and talk about some hood talk. That's not the talk.
That's only 1%. You're talking about a minority, an extreme minority like you. There aren't that many Black people in your position, foundational Black Americans. The vast majority of Black people are living. They're shit. They're on the bottom. They're a permanent underclass. They're on welfare. They're everything that you
That's a damn lie. That's I,
you are a one percenter, Tariq.
Most foundational Black Americans are not on no damn welfare. That's lying tether talk.
Most foundational Black Americans are not making over 100K a year. Black women, for example, they make the least compared to any demographic. I think the average Black American woman makes like 32K a year. For Black American men, their annual income is like 40K a year. So Black people in this country are not popping. They're at the
Yeah,
bottom.
are
As Dr. Claude Anderson said, it came to fruition. Black foundational Black Americans are a permanent underclass, and right now it's irreversible.
didn't say we're a permanent underclass. He said if we don't get it together, we will be. We're not a permanent underclass. Your lineage is a permanent underclass. Sir, you understand? That's
Well, we're gonna continue going in circles, but I just want to understand.
Your people are under you. You come from a permanent underclass where everything is about escaping and fleeing, and you're trying to project that onto us, and it's not going to work. We're not wallowing in abject poverty, sir. We're just not. And you
Well, the data and stats would definitely not corroborate what you're just saying right now. It's the Black people are definitely at the bottom of pretty much every single category,
we're, we're
negative category.
we're not in abject poverty. You don't see us walking around raggedy and dirty. We're not living like your lineage, sir. You're trying to your lineage. There's no spectrum. It's like that one rich dude in your homeland, and everybody else is broke and trying to get the hell out of there. See, you're projecting your homeland. That's why you're not there. That's why you have to cosplay as us, sir.
I never cosplay as being African American.
Yeah. You over here. You are. You
No, I don't. No, I don't. And I don't submit to white people. unlike most white. Like, it seems like most African Americans love white people.
Oh,
They adore white people so much.
oh, no, that's a major projection. Y'all were the ones wallowing on the ground when the Queen of England died. That was you guys running around crying, getting grass all in your peppercorn hair and getting the goosey soup all on the ground, crying because the Queen died. That was you guys. That was you.
Well, I'm not familiar with what's going on in Nigeria. All I know is that I follow. I read print.
Fact that you have to erase your homeland from your memory further shows what your culture is about. You see, every time you bring up your homeland, where your family is from, your mama, grandparents, you have to erase it from your damn memory. It's so bad. I don't. I embrace my beautiful ancestry. They are survivors. They stood on business and built the greatest country and built a place that I could be comfortable where I don't have to flee. So I love, honor, praise, and respect my beautiful foundational Black American ancestors. I'm not ashamed of them like you are. You don't even like talking about your homeland or your lineage. That shows how janky you think your lineage is, sir. So you can never point a finger at us, sir. You're too ashamed of your own lineage to even talk about it. So damn if we get any kind of criticism or advice from somebody who's ashamed of how janky and failed his homeland and lineage is, sir. You understand that?
I understand your perspective. I do agree with you. I definitely respect the ancestors from the past, Black people from the past. But today, I'm not sure what happened. I heard numerous, various different theories.
Happen, you tethers happen. You understand? You tethers happened. That's what we got a problem with. We got a bunch of you guys, people like you, not some of the good immigrants, because there's some good folks, but the tether class like you that failed, um, shamed, projecting class coming among us, undermining our progress, doing little janky shit, sabotaging. You is what happened, sir. Tethers like you. That's been the problem. You pointed back in the 1960s when foundational Black Americans had things popping. Yes, we did. What happened after the 1960s? Immigration. We fought thinking that we're going to have people like us coming over riding. We got self hating tethers like yourself who hated themselves, hated their homelands, and were jealous of us. And you wanted to come over and bring that jealous hatred and vitriol over here. And that's been a cancer to us. And that's why we've been delineating. And since we've been delineating, there's been a healing spirit on foundational Black Americans. The healing is getting better and we're getting more progress. And we realize what the problem was. It was tethers. So now we're getting it together, sir. So we're doing better, right?
Oh, I disagree, but I'll land my plane there. It was nice talking to you, Tariq.
Well, he got the hell out of here when I hit that. Oh, that hit a nerve. Oh, he got the hell out of here. That hit a nerve. He know I'm telling the truth. Yeah, you want to know what the goddamn problem is? You. Like that brother called earlier, and shout out to him. He's a non-FBA cat, but he was telling the truth. He was like, "Hey, man, there's a lot of these African guys who be doing everything they can to undermine y'all, man." Which this is what we're talking about. You want to talk about degenerate behavior? Where's the let's look at it. Where's the degeneracy coming from? Let's look at it. Let's unpack that. Where's the drugs coming from? The drugs flooding our areas that came from outsiders, right? The twerking in the streets that came from the Caribbeans down in Miami. Uncle Lizard, Gap Tooth Luke, and those guys bringing that down and introducing all of that because they were shaking them little funky asses in the street in the Caribbean. That was, that's their culture. And they started to infuse our culture with that. They would bring that stuff over here. Yeah. If we're gonna be real. And up in New York, a lot of that crime, it's not us doing that. It's the non-FBA people doing all that shit up there in these major cities like New York. And then we point that out. We say, we start looking at the last names of these people. Like, hey, wait a minute. Oh, wait a damn minute. Who are these folks? So let's be real here. Yeah, you're not going to come from a failed homeland where you too ashamed to even talk about it. Every time you talk about his homeland, no, no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Nigerian and Americans. So that means you couldn't get anything popping until you came over here. All right. Well, we got somebody. You got some. What letters are these? It's something. I don't know how to pronounce this language. Is that what kind of language is that? Whoever your name is.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Where you from?
I am originally from Ethiopia,
There you go. And where you living now?
US.
You you in Minnesota
Yes.
or DC?
No, I am not. I am in the South.
Okay. All right. So what's in your mind, man?
No, I truly, really agree with you. Most of what you said. My dear brother, my Nigerian American brother is. I don't see why is it he try put down the foundation Black American. I think it's because of them we are here as a Black. So I strongly support and what you said is correct. Really, truly, I mean it. But he doesn't have any solution. He just come here and put it down. Is doesn't make any sense. What one thing is what I agree is as a Black, as a whole Black. We need find a solution. If you look at all the groups, we the Black people is really the bottom. So definitely for sure that is I can agree. But as the foundation Black people is because of their fault with the white people, and because of I am here. So which is I'm always proud of the foundation Black people.
Right.
For sure.
Thank you so.
From New York Times bestselling author Tariq Nasheed comes Foundational Black American Race Baiter, the groundbreaking book shaking up the conversation on race in America. As one of the most influential voices for Black Americans today, Nasheed exposes the tactics used to manipulate, subjugate, and control Black communities. In this powerful read, Tariq Nasheed equips you with the knowledge to resist injustice and reclaim your narrative. Don't miss out on the book that's redefining the game. Foundational Black American Race Baiter, available now at officialfba.com. Get your copy today.